Mgbede ọma na ụmụ ọma na-ege ntị. Mgbede ọma, ehihie ọma, ya malụ nwoke ma malụ nwaanyị mma, malụ onye ukwu mma, malụ onye nta mma. Anyị abịago ọzọ na mgbede a ka anyị gbasoo ozi nke nnwere onwe Biafra, maka na nnwere onwe Biafra ya eme anyị ka obi luo anyị ala. Ọ bụrụ na anyị nwere ha onwe anyị, o nweghị ihe niile mbọ niile anyị na-agba n'ụwa o nwere nke ya abala anyị uru, anyị amaala ịdị akụnụba. So na mgbede a isiokwu m wee bụrụ George Obiozor and other peoples including Ohaneze nche na ha nwere uche na ha nwere akọ na uche, mana ha na-emehie, ha na-ada ihe ha na-eme. They think they are sensible, but they are making mistakes. These are dangerous mistakes which will consume them, and not only them, it will consume most of the Igbos because of our ignorance. There are some certain things we do, we will think it is right, but when you look at it, when you think of it, when you reason it, you see that you are causing harms to your own people. You will see that your people, what you are doing, you are endangering the life of your people. And for you, as a leader, you see that the life of your people are in danger. Instead of you to rise up over and fight for it, you are endangering that life the more. It's not good. So they think they are sensible and they are making mistakes. Now, George Obiozor, you are one of the one elected in one-sided Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Why we have two fractions of Ohaneze. George Obiozor is leading one fraction, while Chid somebody is leading other fractions. Now, George Obiozor, for him to rise up, upon he have watched the mistakes from Nyanwood, instead of him to rise up and correct that mistakes, he continued making the same mistakes again. He continued the same mistake that Nyanwodo made that led to the killings of Ndi Igbo. Now, he started the same thing. Does it mean that Ndi Igbo cannot have credible leader, a leader that can be trusted, a leader that can defend his own people, or a leader that can defend her own people first before any other thing? Now, George Obiozor wants to become relevant before the paymasters. George Obiozor wants to become popular before other peoples. Which way he wants to become popular? By telling the Janjaweed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small to decide what will happen in Igbo land, or to determine what Igbo people are going to do. Now, my question to George Obiozor: those of you that have been deciding what happens in Igbo land since 90s, what have they achieved? This is one question you need to ask yourself. Like I said, this year, 2021, is a year of lecture and understanding, not the year of saga. We have grown past saga. There are some people I am looking up to be like or to emulate. And those people, I believe I will see reach that standard. Now, Obiozor, you say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small to determine or to decide what will happen to the East or what the Igbos will do. I ask you, Obiozor, what is your own agenda as a newly elected president of the fraction of the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo? You have to present your own ideology. There's a reason why they elect you. Now, is your the reason why they elect you, is it to attack your people? Is it to start the killing all over again? Do they elect you there to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or do you come up to resolve the problem that is already on the ground? That is why I say that they think they are sensible and they are making mistakes. Now, George Obiozo, as you called your name, I want to ask you, what is your ideology? What is your manifesto? What are you bringing in? Chikwado Frank, focus. Good evening from here. What is your what are you bringing to Alibo that will make Alibo free from the marginalization? Now you are causing more danger to the Ndibo because Nyanwodo, who you take over from, is a hardcore sabon trick, and he never bring anything good to the Igbo land. He never bring anything good to Ndibo. Now I ask you, Mr. Obiozo, that you call yourself, what are your own ideology? What are you going to present to resolve the crisis that is already on the ground? You come on power, you come up, seeing the Igbos being scattered, seeing the crisis within us. You see the whole problems that is eating Igbo people. Now I ask you, as a leader, what you should have done is, or what you should do, is to find a means to reconcile your own people, but not coming on air or to join issues with issues, but to show that you are not truly elected leader, to show that someone imposed you to the Ohanese, and that is what led to the division of Ohanese today. What did you come up to? You start your reign, you start your leadership, you start whatever you are called for with attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before you say that such rubbish from your fucking mouth, have you asked yourself, what will this thing bring about? Which fruit will this thing I'm about to say now yield in the Igbo race? You never ask yourself this question. You see it when we say that most of the Igbos or all the Igbo leaders are being imported, are being imposted to us, forced on us by the Fulanis. You have left us with no doubt to concur with this thing. You as a leader, you as an elected leader, everybody was expecting you to prove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, to show him that you have the capacity, you have the capability, you have what it takes to unite Igbo. Your primary duty should be, how can I make peace among the Igbos? How can I bring these different groups that is agitating? Different groups that is agitating for this restoration of Biafra. How can I bring them together? How can I make them unite? How can I bring Igbo to speak with one voice? As a newly leader, you have to give it a trial. You have to meet the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra. You have to go and meet them and you speak with them. As a newly leader, a man with his own vision, a man with a mission to rescue his people. I am talking to you, George Obiozo, but you leave all these things and you choose to continue the attack where Nyanwodo stopped. You continue where Nyanwodo stopped. Nyanwodo killed a lot of innocent blood. Now, instead of you to redeem that angerness in the Igbo youth, in our people, instead of you to find a way to make sure that the whole anger, the whole massacre being caused by Nyanwodo, you make a change. Instead of you to do this, you come out and say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small to determine what happened in the Igbo land and what Igbo people do. That shows how how empty scores that you have. That shows that you don't have brain to think. That shows that you are not reasoning. I was expecting you to prove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, because you know that your leadership, your emergency as the President General of the one of the fraction of the Ohaneze is illegal. I was expecting you as an illegal man to make that illegal, legalize it by doing good, because those that entered into power by wrongly will like to keep it by convincing the people, so that the people will see something in them to love them or to support them. You now, you want to tell us that the only ideology that you have now on how to make the Igbo move is to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is to start war with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is to start war with IPOB. Then, because of you think your lineage is not recognized, you want your lineage or your name, your people to be known as a saboteur. You see the reason why I say that Igbo people need a leader, not the one imported or not the one forced on them. How I wish the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo come together to pick a leadership. I cannot see the reason why would they pick somebody with an empty score, somebody with zero ideology, somebody without vision, somebody without mission. Obiozo is without mission. Obiozo has no vision. Obiozo has no integrity. Obiozo has no respect. Obiozo don't have anything that qualified a leadership, and that makes him a bigger fool. Because when I say that, they think they have sense, but they are making mistakes. They are senseless. The whole Igbo leaders, some 90% of them are senseless. Why I say that they are senseless? Because when you watch them, when you see them, when they speak, you will think that they have something in them, but when they act, you will see that there has nothing in them. You will see the stupidity in them is overflowing. You will see that they don't have acumen, they don't have any IQ. Now, in the person like Obiozo, George Obiozo, he said he's educated and he's a learned man. It's not only that, he's an advanced man. How can an advanced man that has thinking faculty, that has acumen, come out in a place like Igbo land, where there is a lot of crisis going on, where there is a lot of problem, both security challenges, both federal government, lack of federal presence in the land, no government, no road, no hospitals, no infrastructures. And this man, the only thing that he can present to the masses is to attack the one person that have been fighting for the Igbos race and the Biafran entirely from many years now. He have sacrificed a lot of things. Now, Obiozo, I am asking you, send this video to Obiozo, share it so that it will reach Obiozo, because a leader should have something to present to the people. A leader should have manifesto. A leader should have agenda. Now, as Ohaneze president, you claim to be the leader of the Ohaneze group, which I don't know if they exist or not. You say that you are their leader, you are the president. What are your own agenda? This is 2021. And every leaders are presenting their agendas. Every region now are bringing their agendas out on how to liberate their people, or what they will bring to their people to make their people feel happy or feel this sense of belongingness. But reverse is the case of the Igbo leaders, because they are not even thinking to have sense at this critical point of time. Obiozo, you assume office, you take over from Nyanwood. As a leader, if I were you, You see the crisis that is facing the Ohanese and the IPOB, the differences between Ohanese and the IPOB, the differences between the Igbo youth and the Ohanese, the negligence of the Eastern governors to to their citizens, the negligence of the Eastern leaders over the citizens of the Igbos, the Eastern Nigeria. You see all this negligence. You see all this their blindness over what is going on in our land. You see the massacring, the raping of these Fulani people. You see what the Fulani people are doing to our people. You see all these things. Instead of you to rise up and start solving the problem one after the other, you will start liberating your people. What did you do? You come out to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small. A person who is commanding over 70 million people, intellectual people, barristers, reverend fathers, reverend sisters, pastors are under him. You say that he is too small to make order, and you are watching him. He will give order on what will happen to the east. You will see them obeying it. When he says sit at home, you see people obeying the sit at home. Don't you know that you are creating crisis in the east? Don't you know that you are taking your leadership to create more problem? You are using your position to add more problem to the existing problem in the east. So you drive joy watching your people being killed. You drive joy watching your people being slaughtered. You drive joy watching your daughters being raped by Fulani people. You drive joy watching your fathers being slaughtered in their farmland. You drive joy watching able youth, educated ones and graduates pushing wheelbarrow and driving keke napep. You drive joy. All these things is happening in Igbo land. You don't see it, Mr. Obiozo. The only thing that you can come out to issue a statement that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small to give order what happened in Igbo land. 99.9% of Igbo people are backing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you don't know. And if you don't want us to stone you or to put you in the same way we put Nyanwodo, you better retrace your comment and withdraw that your useless comment. Our people always say that, okay, why is it that in the present time now, the whole Igbo elders are foolish and stupid at the same time? Sorry to say this, I'm not cursing them but it's hard time we tell them the truth. You better say the truth, irrespective of who is involved in it. Mr. Obiozo said that he is an educated man. He said that he is an learned man. Now, how can a learned man come out to cause crisis in his land? He know that he is representing a group of people. If there is existing any people that call themselves Ohanese, because I know that, to me, in my place, we don't know who is Ohanese, and I have never seen anyone come out and tell me that he is a member of Ohanese Ndigbo. I have not seen anyone. Now, Mr. Obiozo, you come out to tell us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is your real enemy. That simply means that you are imposted by the Fulanis, because if you are not sent by the Fulanis, how can you now take your own brother as your enemy? Just is not up to a week you assume office. Your first thing you have to do is to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to attack IPOB. So you want to tell me that you are happy the way that they label IPOB a terrorist and you are among the terrorists? Are you happy of this? I expect you, Mr. Obiozo, our people, they give name. They give that, they will born child, they will call him Ibezimako. Now, let me teach you something, because it's time we, the youth, start lecturing the old ones, since the old ones cannot reason. Before, they used to make proverb that where an elderly person lie down and the scene, even if a little child climb the tallest tree, he cannot see it. But this time around, where the children, what they lie down and be seen, if old man climb the tallest tree, he cannot see it. That is what is happening in Igbo land today. George Obiozon, don't you see the lack of government presence in the East to talk about? As a leader, you were elected as the president of Ohaneze Ndibo. I don't know if they have, but let's assume they are existing. I am assuming that the Ohaneze is existing. Now, you as an elected leader, what agenda do you have? What are you pushing for? What is your aim? What is your purpose? What is your duty? What development are you going to bring to the Igbo people? These are the things the Igbo people expect you to give them, to show them, not coming out to attack the indigenous people of Biafra. Ask those people that have attacked these indigenous people of Biafra how it be them. End of the day, you will end up regretting, like Nyanwodo is regretting today. As a leader, newly elected leader, you will present, this is my target this year, and under my watch, as new elected president, I will restructure, or I will bring development to the East. I will unite every group that is fighting for one thing or the other. I will make sure that the Igbo speak with one voice. This is what Igbo people expected from you, not the other way around. Not the other way round, but the whole Igbos, like usual, we are disappointed in you. We know that most of the times people are foolish, but I never believed that an Igbo man can be such foolish at the same time. Even Onyanwodo never started like you. He gives sometimes after during his office before he show his color. You have assumed office for just less than a week, and you now your first press conference is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too small to give order or to determine or to say what happened to the Igbo. What does that your statement signify? What are you doing? What do you mean by that? That is why I say that they think they are sensible and they are making dangerous mistakes. They are making mistakes that will consume them. The mistake the Ohaneze is making will consume everything about them, and it will to make them nobody will recognize that thing called Ohaneze. Nobody will recognize it any longer because it's not a good something. It has become a culture that every elected or any Igbo man that assume office or have any post, he will use it against his own Igbo people. That is what is going on now. That is why you see that no way you can see Igbo land develop with this kind of leadership they have. With the kind of leadership we are producing now in Igbo land, they are all evil. They are all evil. They are all evil. Mr. Obiozor, because you join Ogboni that you don't know how they form. Ogboni, you are just a slave into. You cannot even raise hand and speak your mind in the useless Ogboni you join. Now, you can come out and stand bold because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo man. You want to challenge him because you think you are now the President General of Ohaneze. Is that a position you will be bragging of? What have you achieved in your life? What have you bring to the people of Ndigbo? What? Tell me, what have you bring? What can you offer Ndigbo? Your duty should be how you will unite all the people. Ask those youth that are angered, those angry youth, call them. What do you people want? How can we solve this problem? That is what a leader should supposed to be doing. But to show that you are senseless and you are not reasoning, you cannot see all those things. People are agitating because of marginalization. People are agitating because of no job. People are agitating because of unemployment. People are agitating because of bad road. People are agitating because of poor salary. People are agitating because of there is no hospital. People are agitating because of no schools. People are agitating because of the hardship in the country. You don't see all these things to come out and tackle as a leader. You don't see all those things. Please help me to send this video to George Obiozor, the foolish Ohaneze president, an old man with a child sense, and senseless old fowl. You don't see all these things. Instead of you to start working hand to hand with these angry youth to calm them down, to find a solution, at least solve some of their problem, give them some certain things which they want, you now show that you are an old fool. You know, our people say that when an elder cook himself as a rice, children will use spoon to eat, to round him, meaning that mgbe okenye chiri onwe ya rice, ụmụazị etu onye engage. You have brought shame to your family. As an elderly person, I think elderly people have sense. They reason far because of their experience, because of what they have experienced, or maybe old age wisdom will follow them. But this time around, the kind of old men we produce in Igbo land is very shameful to say that you are from Igbo people. Instead of the youth bringing shame to the land, is the elders are bringing shame to the land. Our people, when are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up? Are we going to continue like this? Every time, every leader elected in Igbo land will be a slave serving Fulani people. When can we stop this? How can we stop it? Which way forward can we stop these Fulani people bringing leadership to us? How can we elect our own, a leader that can defend Igbo land, a leader that can stand and say, no, are my own people first before any foreigner? Again, for destroying your own people. What will it benefit you to destroy your own people because of you want to please outsider that don't know if you are existing, the outsider that don't know if you ever existed before? They think they are sensible. Why they are making mistakes? Dangerous mistakes is what the Ohaneze have started again. Go and read. When you come into power, if Obiozor has come into power, and look and check if the mistakes Nyanwodo made that led the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo to go down, that led Ohaneze to become voiceless, to become powerless, to become tutuless before the so-called Nigeria. If Obiozor have go back and study to correct all those mistakes, he will be able to come up with a good ideology that will make him reason or build Igbo nation. Since you don't want to go you don't want Nigeria to be divided, why can't you bring the things come out? Why can't you make it happen? Why can't you make it happen? I am asking you. Why can't you make it happen? Why can't you unite these people? You cannot read or study the mistakes other past leaders have made. You cannot. You cannot take the mistake of our Eastern governors to be so that you can bring something new to Igbo land. So you want Igbo to be stagnant. You want us to remain in dungeon. You want us to remain under the control of Fulani people. You want the Igbo land to be controlled by emirs. You want the Igbo land to be controlled by northern governors. You cannot fight to liberate your own people. As the Ohaneze president, you say you are an Igbo man. How can you prove to us that you have an Igbo blood in you? How can you prove to us that that Igbo blood is still in you? How? I am asking you. How can you prove it to us now? Because what you are showing us today, what you, Obiozo, is showing today is that Igbo can never stand on their own. Obiozo, you want to use your position as Ohaneze president to make sure that Igbo people remain a slave. Igbo people remain servants to the so-called North. You want to use your position to cause more unemployment, to make our youth more frustrated, that is life more unbearable to them. That is what you want to use your position to do? Look, when they say a leader is bad and the person is going out, the people expect the incoming leader, the incoming government to be different. Now, before you attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, ask yourself, who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and who is he leading, and what is the activities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This is one question you need to ask yourself. After asking yourself this question, then you now find the answer and know what you're supposed to do. But what are you now doing? What are you now showing the masses? What are you now telling us? What are you showing us? You are showing us that you, as old as you are, at least you are not less than 60 years. You are above 60 years. And what you can offer is a saga in your own regime. In your own regime. Is Ojukwu older than you when he fought for the freedom of Biafra? Ojukwu is not older than you. Why can't Ojukwu use his position during that time? He is a military man and he has a position. He is a colonel. He used that his position to liberate his people. Every leader, world leaders, you see the reason why the white people continue moving forward and the black people continue moving backward. These are the reasons, because any white people you see, any position they occupy, they will use that position to promote their people, to make their life better, to make sure that they keep the record. That is why they will tell you today, Azikiboro, Mongoboro Baki, discover River Niger. Why the River Niger is there? But when he come there, he see that you people don't keep record. He used that to keep his name. Do you know that legacy you keep today will speak for you after your death? Whatever you do today will speak and will rise up. That is what you will be remembered for. Today, good or bad, Nigeria will remember Nnamdi Azikiwe for killing his people in order to keep one Nigeria. That is what they are using to remember him. Now you, George Obiozo, which legacy do you want to keep so that Nigeria, or so that the Ohaneze, or so that the Ndibo will use to remember you? Because for me, I want to be among those people that restore Biafra, so that my name will be remembered as people that fought in restoration of Biafra. That is why you see me coming every time, doing whatever that you see me that I am doing here today, because I don't want to be among those saboteurs. I want to be useful to my people. I want to help my people with what I have to save them from slavery. If I were to be opportune to handle any position in that Africa, the first thing I will be doing is to make sure that I put my people first. Go and watch every president of America. You will hear, make America great again. America first. The same thing to UK, the same thing to other country. Any person that assume any position, you will see the person making their own country great, putting their own people first. Now, what are you putting your own people? Where are you putting your own people? Where are you now putting your own people? I am asking you, George Obiozo. George Obiozo, where are you putting your own people? Are you willing to let your people to fight for your people? What can you offer how can you help your people out from bondage? I am asking you. Fight for your people. That is what a leadership is all about. Fight for your own people, not the other way around. Fight for your own people. If you fight for your own people, your people will love you. Your people will support you. You are elected this month, right? Work to bring to the Igbos. That's your position as Ohanaeze president to bring to Igbo land. What do you want to bring in Igbo land? I am asking you. What do you want to bring in Igbo land? What will be your achievement in Igbo land? Your own achievement in Igbo land. I am asking you. Every man, every woman, any person you see today all over the world have mission. All the leaders, all the political leaders in other regions has mission. What are the missions of the leaders of Igbo people? What are they fighting for to gain? What are they trying to bring to Igbo apart from shame and killing? What will it benefit them if they wipe the Igbo race out? Can benefit her at this point of time in this 21st century? Every people is uniting their own people, making sure that every crisis that is dividing his own people is being settled. Now, the only thing George Obiozo will do is to divide his own people. So, any person today now that want to become relevant, if you are an Igbo leader, you want to become relevant, you must attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will make you relevant. Attacking IPOB, selling your own people, killing your own people, betraying your own people will now make you relevant. Who will you be relevant to? If not that your people? It's when your people value you that outsider will value you. If your people don't value you, outsider will not regard you. If your people don't have any regard on you, outsider will not have regard on you. That is why George Obiozo, go and withdraw that your statement and retrace your steps. Retrace your steps, because it is not going to be the kind game we are playing before. This time around, everything is going to change. People have died in the quest to restore Biafra, and people are willing to die. You, as a leader from the East, what are you doing? You see what your state governor said. He gave the Fulani people 7 days ultimatum to leave, to evacuate the forest. Do you see the importance of forest? Do you people see the importance of forest? Because the forest is used as a a place, if something happen, maybe there is a war, you will run to the bush and hide. Now these Fulani people conquer every forest in the east and the west. They will now be there using it as a hideout, where a place where they will kidnap people and they be requesting for ransom. They use our forest. In our forest, they rape our sisters. In our forest, they kill our fathers. In our forest, they commit every crime. Yet, Obiozor did not see this thing to tell all the eastern governors to emulate this governor that give Fulani people 7 days ultimatum to vacate every forest they are occupying. Because our forest is our back. It's like a place. It's like our own embassy. It's like our own hideout. When you lose your forest to the enemy, that enemy will conquer you. If you lose your forest to enemy will pass through that forest and conquer you, because your forest is like your hideout, a place where is your secret. Because everything you are doing, you cannot do it in a market. You will not prepare your war or your weapons in the market, in open place. You do it because you cannot be doing all those things in the presence of children. The importance of safeguarding our forests, which the Eastern Security Network is doing today. George Obiozor did not see the importance of safeguarding the forest. You see Amatokun, what is happening in the Yoruba land today. If you allow the Fulanis, they will replicate that thing in Igbo land. And ask yourself, if they replicate these things in Igbo land, what will be our fate? You see them, they have created fake Amatokun. The Fulanis have recreated fake Amatokun in order to bring Amatokun down because of the action of Amatokun, because the Amatokun have rise against them, and they have showed a tiger dance in them by combing their activities, which the emirs have come out to defend that those Fulanis are the ones safeguarding the land. I ask you, how are they safeguarding the land? How? Our forests should be guided, saved by our own vigilantes. Our forests should be guided by vigilantes. Because when you lose your forest to the enemy, let us assume there is a war now. Where will you now escape from? Where will you run to? Where will you now run to reinforce? Is it not the same forest? That is why you need to safeguard our forest. George Obiozor, instead of you to come out and support the Eastern Security Network and back them up and give them what it takes for them to protect the lives and properties which the Nigerian police have failed to protect. Nigerian police and the Nigerian army have failed to protect life and properties in Nigeria, and that is why you see every region recreating and decreating their own security outfit to protect their life. And in the East, there is no security outfit that will protect the Easterners, that can protect the lives and properties. That is why you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu create the Eastern Security Network to protect the lives and properties of the Ndigbo and the Biafrans entirely. Now, our forests have to be guided and be saved. Why? One reason that the Fulanis must not occupy any forest in Biafra land is because when they occupy there, inside that forest, they will kidnap. When they kidnap, you don't know, you cannot trace them. They can tie the person in any tree and they request for any ransom, and they will use it to commit all kind of crime they want. They will use our forest to commit every crime. How can a foreigner know in and out of our own forest? So that it's not advisable. It's not advisable for a foreigner to know in and out of the forest, and to the extent taking the forest as his own home to harm the indigenes, to cut up, to rape the indigenes. But our leaders didn't see this. They don't see it. They think it's all about making money. It's all about fighting for position. The Fulanis that we say that they are not intelligent, the Fulanis are very smart. The Fulanis are very smart. Why do I say so? Because when you watch them, any place they want to conquer, if they are not smart, how can they come out with a strategy on how to enter those people? They will come out and strategize on how to deceive, how to penetrate. No matter how strong your security is, Fulani must find a way to enter you. That is a sign of smartness. That is a sign of intelligence. And for you to be blind and for you not to be able to understand or to know what they are doing, that shows that they are smarter than you. Because once they are smarter than you, they can easily enter you. How do you think a village can conquer another village? Because they will now first of all study the village, know their in and out, know their stronghold, know where their power is, know the place they can conquer, and know where once they conquer that place, they will capture that village. If you allow Fulanis to stay in our forest, if you allow Fulanis to camp in our forest, they will know where is the stronghold in Igbo land. And if anything maybe if there is any kind of crisis, they will know that once they conquer here, once they enter here, they have captured the land. And that is why you need to protect this thing. And George Obiozor failed to know this game. You think you are wise. You think you are sensible while you are making mistakes. You need to think in every action you take, in everything you do. You need to think and you reason and you check out the result of whatever you are doing to know how whatever you are doing. You have to think the result and tell yourself, oh, I am on a right track. This is the result of what I am doing. And when this thing come out, this is what I will benefit. By doing this or by doing that, you will be able to know what your people really want. You will know. You will know. How will you know? Why will you not know? You will know. But because you are stingy, you are foolish, you are blind, and you are, you don't have that sense what it takes to be a leader. That is why you are doing all those things. That is why you are there making noise. That is why you are there. Instead of fighting for your own people, you are busy disgracing them, doing everything humanly possible to bring your own people down. Indigene of a community don't know in and out of the community. Why the foreigner, a stranger that come from nowhere, have studied the forest that surround you, know the every apian in that community, know where if there is any war, this is where they will escape, and this is where they will go and hide. If you allow Fulani to conquer your forest, if they bring that war, where will you run to? I am asking you. Where will you run to? You see the reason why you don't need to allow Fulani people to conquer your forest. You don't even need, you cannot allow a stranger, a foreigner, to enter your own forest. Because that is your backbone. That is one side. Now, come to the other part of it. Our youth are very, very lazy. Our youth are not doing the necessary thing they're supposed to do. When you see the establishment of the Eastern Security Network, as a youth, and you know what you have been passing through, what you need to do is to find every means. Volunteer yourself to protect the land. Volunteer yourself, join the volunteer army. And I am begging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you know anything you can do, even if it will lead to anything, let it lead to, because we cannot continue keeping silent. We cannot continue keeping quiet and watch these people torment us. We will not continue keeping quiet, watch people using us as a slave in our own land. It's time we act. Let's fight once and for all and be free. Achonya in peace, let them have it in peace. Yeah, Achonya in pieces. The time to have it is now. It's now. No more talking. Let's do it once and for all, so that that thing that they are trying to bring to us, let us. The kingdom of God suffered violence, and only the violence taken by force. If we keep this our foolish leaders quiet, they will continue to be foolish. They will continue to sell us to the Fulanis. They will continue making us to be slaves in our own land. They will continue making us to suffer. And the more we are suffering, the more we are dying. The more we are dying, the more these people are entering our land. The more they are conquering us. The more we keep on crying for the world to come and hear us. The world is not listening to any black man. The black man is not among the people God creates to rule this world. Black people, that name black, anything that you have to do with black is bad, is evil. That is what black represents. And the reason why Biafra need to be restored, so that Africa and the black man can know the value of human being. Biafra need to be restored, so that Africa will know the value of human being. Because we don't know the value of people. We don't have human rights in Africa entirely. In Africa, where a young youth supposed to rise up for revolution, to put their country in order, to put their continent in order, what are they busy doing? Forming one useless association, stingy men association. You will see all of them. They will have their time to come out and be doing all sort of rubbish. Meanwhile, there is a problem that is eating them. There is a problem that is eating them up. There is a problem that is chopping them. They can never rise up to fight this problem. When will we rise up? If we will continue saying the world will come to our aid, the world will fight for us, have you asked yourself, who are this world? Every country now has their own problem. All the whole country now in the world have their own problem. America don't care about Africa. America only cares about what they will take from Africa to develop America. They don't care if you die finish, because they don't know if you are existing. What are you? What are your freedom? Will it give them any benefit? No. So you need to rise up. Ask yourself, the AU, which is African Union, are they blind? Are they not seeing what is going on in Africa? Why are they not talking? Why is AU not talking? To tell you that an African man does not deserve any leader to be given any position, and a black man does not deserve any position. That is why I ask you, AU, which is African Union, why are they keeping quiet? You come to Cameroon, you see all kind of killing going on in Cameroon. You go to Nigeria, killings every time. Go to Uganda, killings every time. Go to South Africa, killings every time. Go to all the whole African, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, all there is a crisis. Libya, there is a crisis. Why can't AU rise up and say no, put an end to all those crises? See EU, which is the European Union. You see the way they organize themselves and that is, they mobilize everything. If one country have problem, other country will come to their aid. Now ask yourself, why is it that AU cannot come out and they think they are sensible, they are making mistake? That is why I tell you that the whole leaders from Africa, they think they are sensible, why they are senseless. They are senseless. Truth is bitter. I am here to tell the truth. Go and check the world. Every world now is trying everything humanly possible to fix their country. Come to Africa. Which country in Africa is trying, or which leader in Africa is trying to fix Africa? There is nobody. Nobody is trying to fix Africa. That is why you see Africa going backward day by day. They have AU, they have the president of AU, they have their chairman. Every time they convene for meeting, what are they doing in that meeting? How to borrow money, how to sell their African district. To the extent some of the country in Africa have sold their national electricity to Chinese. Ask yourself, is that Chinese people, how do they manage themselves to achieve the great things you see all over the world? Anywhere you go, you see Chinese product. Ask yourself, how do these people manage these things? How? How do they manage to get it? You don't know. Nobody is talking. It's a pity. When I tell you that Africa is under bondage, and the light and the savior of Africa is Biafra. The only thing that you can save Africa is the restoration of Biafra. The reason why you see the whole world is against Biafra today is because once Biafra is restored, every black man will be free from this slavery. Every black man will be free from this nonsense slave trade. Do you know that this 21st century now, the slave trade is still going on? Because the only thing they did is they are not selling us again, but they are using our brain. They are using our mentality. We are mentally slaved. We are not yet free from slavery. Who are the people that's going to make us not to set us free from this slavery? Is the youth. Is the youth. If the youth can rise up and say enough is enough, if the youth can rise up and say no, we can't continue like this, we will set ourselves free. Let us free ourselves from this bondage. You will see it. Where I'm working, I have one guy, two Moroccan person that is working with me. One day I asked them, how do you think, or how can we make Africa be like this Europe? He said he don't want to die. That it's not that Africa cannot be like Europe, but he don't want to die. You don't want to die, but you are here working like slave that you are in Europe. Is that not shameful? No, tell me. That work you cannot do in your own country. You come here, you do it, and you are happy, you are jumping up. Is that not a disgrace? What does that signify? It simply means that we don't know exactly what we want. That we cannot fight to have whatever we want to achieve. That is it. That is exactly what is happening to us now. When some people hear about that name Biafra, they become angry. The bitterness in them will be doubled. But ask yourself, is that how you are going to get the things done? How can now African Union is watching the killings in Cameroon, in southern Cameroon. African Union is watching the killings in southern Kaduna. African Union is watching the crisis going on in Nigeria. African Union is there. They form, they don't see, they don't hear. They see what is going on in Uganda. African Union see what is going on in Libya. African Union is what is going on in Ethiopia. Now they keep silent. Do you think that if these things that is happening in Africa happen in Europe, do you think that the EU, which is the European Union, will not hold emergency meeting and find solution to keep their continent safe from crisis? What is African people doing? The African Union, what are they doing to make Africa unite? What are they doing to comb the crisis that is killing Africa day by day? They are not doing anything. They are busy borrowing money. They are busy doing all sorts of evil. They are not thinking of how to make an African man have respect before any person. How can you have respect before a white man? How, I am asking? Since you know you cannot respect yourself, you cannot build yourself, you cannot fight for yourself, you cannot make things happen for yourself. Now, how can you make things, how can you let other people make other people have respect for you? I am asking. How? That is the problem we are facing. AU, which is African Union, they know that they can solve all these problems that is going on in Africa, but because of their stupidity and the greediness, because of the evil leaders they have, they keep silent over it. They want to allow a great African continent, not one country, to sink. They want to allow Africa to sink before they can start doing something, before they can start acting. Is that not wickedness? Nobody can rise in Africa and say enough is enough. Let me fight and give Biafran. Let me fight and make Africa great again. Let us fight and stop this foreign people coming to Africa to take what natural resources and develop their side, and they will be going there to beg. We are going there to beg. Go to every part of the world, you will see African begging. The work, the job African people do in other foreign land is a job being rejected by the citizens of that land. Why? Because African leaders think they are wise, they think they are sensible, but they are making mistakes. They are the one putting us in this mess. They are the one putting us in this suffer. And when you ask them why, they will keep on telling you that we are doing our best. You see Uganda president telling you that Uganda is the sixth fastest growing economy. You are growing after how many years? And where are you growing to? Which foreign land, which white man country you can compare with Uganda? They are far better than you. And you think that you because you have what is it called? You manage to have a 24 hours light for 1 week. You think you have arrived? Is that how they used to tell? Go to other countries, travel abroad. You see how things are being done. Africa is busy producing churches. Can't we emulate other people? Can't we emulate other foreign nations? Do you people know that a country like Giant of Africa cannot print their own passport? Giant of Africa cannot print their own passport, not to talk of printing their own currency. You want to print your own passport, you will go to Ireland. Ireland, you give them the contract to print your own passport. Is that not shameful? Is that not shameful? I am asking you people. Now, you see the reason why Africans are suffering. You see the reason why Africans are suffering. Ọ bụrụ na anyị nwa na anyị bụ ndị Igbo, ọ bụrụ na ndị Igbo nwee ike jikọnata onwe ha ọnụ, anyị ga-adị iche n'ebe ndị ọzọ nọ. Ọ bụrụ na ndị Igbo necha anyị n'ihe niile na-aga n'Africa today nwee ike ijikọta onwe anyị ọnụ bụ ndị Igbo, ọ bụ ha na eze bụ ihe ha kwesịrị ịdị na-alụ na bụ ijikọ ndị Igbo ọnụ ka ndị Igbo nwee ofu dị n'otu wee na-ekwu okwu n'ofu ọnụ. Ihe ndị Igbo chọrọ ha pụta, ha kpacha anya, ha si n'oyi a ka ha chọrọ, ha kwụọ ya stampụ, ha kwụlụ na ya. Anyị kwụlụ na anyị kwụsi ike, anyị gwa ndị ọzọ dat na ọ bụ unu na-enyela anyị ihe anụ a, anyị unu ama nweta ihe unu na-achọ, onweghị ndị nke ya eji nke ha wepụ. Mana ka ihe anyị ga-enweta na all these things, ebe niile ị ga-ata ata ndị Igbo na ebe ahụ na-ata ahụhụ, mana isi onye Igbo ya gba mbọ ka ndị Igbo nwere onwe ha, ọ sịghị mba ahụ. In as much as nọ Nnamdi Kanu na-agba mbọ ka ndị Igbo nwere onwe ha, onye Igbo ma support na-atịa. In as much ka onye Igbo ga-eji wee nọlụ n'osi ọchịchị ndị ka International Crime Court ICC, onye Igbo anọrọ ebe ahụ yet na-emegide ndị Igbo na mba niile dị n'iche iche, ọmaghị o kwesịrị ime. Ndị Afrịka ha ndị Igbo bụ ihe ga-asapụ Afrịka anya maka ka ha ga-eji wee mee. Kedu ka ha ga-esi wee mee? Anya ụfụ na ụfụ obi ndị n'ala Igbo ekweghị Igbo land wee develop, okweghị ala Igbo gaa n'iru. O kwesịrị ka anyị mara ihe anyị mere onwe anyị ugbu a, ka anyị jiri ehihie chụọ ewu ojii oge chi ka dị bifo chi ejie. Ugbu a bụ oge anyị ga-eji wee jikọta onwe anyị. Ugbu a bụ oge nne ya nwa odo m ga-eji wee mata misteki o mee, wee mara ebe ọ nọ mee misteki, gaa naghachi azụ, gaa yọọ mgbaghalụ, nwee ike wee wụọkwọ tins ka ọ dị na mma. Kịta ka George Obi ọzọ kwesịrị iju wee mara ife. Okenye anala nọ n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụrị, mana ndị Igbo bịazi kịta bụrụ okenye nọzi n'ụlọ gburuzie ewu, ha nwajiri aka ha manyezie dị ewu n'ọgbụrị ka ọ mụọ n'ọgbụrị. Onye bịa ikwu achụbịa ka egbuo, onye bịa ime anything achụbịa ka egbuo. Onye Igbo zenyite isi ka o sevo ndị Igbo, achụbụ onye ahụ ka egbuo. O nwere ozi anything na-aga n'iru n'ala Igbo. Ihe ndị Igbo nọzi bụzi fonfoju akpa, onye ọbụla na-akpa nke. O nwere ozi onye Igbo na-agba mbọ ka ala Igbo gaa n'iru. O nwere omenala Igbo anamigo. O nwere ozi ihe na-ekwute okwu ndosa omenala Igbo ka ọ gaa n'iru. Omenala Igbo na-enwere ozi value n'ụwa mba ụwa niile dị iche iche. Kama ikwute okwu omenala na-asị gị na-agba alụ, o nwere ozi ama ihe dị iche omenala na-alụ na, maka na onye ọbụla chọzi ime ihe ndị ọcha na-eme, onye ọbụla chọzi ime ka ndị ọcha. Mana ijụrụ onwe gị, ndị ọcha ahụ ị na-amụ kee ka ha si nọlụ, ka ife ha ji wee nọlụ, kee ka ha si wee bili. Ndị ọcha ihe ị na-amụ, ihe ahụ ị na-eje ịmụ na nke ndị ọcha ahụ bụ omenala ndị ọcha. Onye ọbụla na onye ebe ọbụla ị ga-atụle, kedu ife unu na-eme ka e ga-eji wee mee ịpụta tata na-asị gị na ihe a bụ njirimara anyị? A sị na isi ndị Igbo isi adịghị na isi nwoke onye Igbo na mba, mana kịta onye Igbo nwụsịa na mba ni onye ahụ na mba. Nji gosi gị na anya ihe eji njirimara mara anya anamigo. Kedu ka ị ga-eji wee bata na that is ọhaneze, ọ bụrụ ihe ha na ọlụ dị na-achụ bụ IPOB, ka ha ga-eji wee memi na ndị IPOB, ka ha ga-eji wee memi na Nnamdi Kanu, onye gboo dibịa na-agwọ ọrịa ọgwụ, ndị na-akị ya nsị agụkwuo. Igbuo Nnamdi Kanu, onyewa ga-akwụsị ihe ndị Fulani na-eme. Igbuo Nnamdi Kanu tata, ọnya ya eme gị bụrụ onye isi ala Nigeria. Igbo Nnamdi Kanu tata ọnya ga-eme gị ka Enugu Ọnịcha express road ka ata ya anya. Igbo Nnamdi Kanu tata ọnya ga-eme gị ka enwe ike wee nweta ihe dị ka enwe ike wee nweta second Niger bridge. Achọrọ m ikwu ekwu maka Afrịka because ihe ndị Afrịka ndị isi ojii iwe ha datis ifu ihe ha na-eme ọ dị very irritating. Ọ na-asọ oyi ezigbo oyi ka ọ na-asọ. Ọ na-asọ ezigbo oyi bụ ihe ndị mmadụ ndị Igbo na-emezi na-asọ oyi. O nwere ozi onye Igbo isi dị mma. Onye Igbo ọbụla amegide nnọọ wepụta nnọọ si anya ga-achị ndị be ha. Ihe ọ ga na-achị bụ ọchịchị nchigbu. O nwere ozi eme things ka ọ dị mma. O nwere ozi onye ọ bụ ka ọganihu ndị Igbo na-echu ụla na. Ọ bụrụ na ndị ọzọ na-azọ inweta disi Biafra now, ịma mgbe ndị aga enwetago orie heke enwetago Biafra, that is mgbe mana ihe ọbụla ndị Igbo tinyere aka sabo ajọ obi amakwe ha mee the thing. Ka ihe na-eji ọhaneze ndị Igbo, ọhaneze both ordinary ọhaneze nwego two fraction. Ka ihe ji ha ibu ịga nnọọ kpọkọta ndị Igbo niile ọnụ, jikọta ndị IPOB wee lụkọ with ndị IPOB ka wee nwee ike nweta Biafra ka ha nwere onwe ha. Ịmakwa na ọhaneze na ha gbaa ọfụma kịta enweta Biafra, ọhaneze anụ abụrụ the custodians of the laws. Ọhaneze ihe ji ha kwesịrị ịdị na-agba mbọ bụ iju enwe ike wee mee ka adịshọ na omenala Igbo na culture ndị Igbo na ndị Biafra dị intact, na-promote their culture dịka obodo ndị ọzọ niile. Ọbụla the other way round. Mana ọ na-abụ ọ bụ ihe mwute na ị ga-afụ okenye n'ala Igbo taa, okenye pụgolu isi awụ, kama ọ ga-agba mbọ na-agwa ụmụ ya nke bụ eziokwu. Ọ chọba wee ọ ga-eji wee memina ndị ahụ o kwesịrị ịdị na-achị. Ọ chọba wee memina ha. Ka mkpọtụgodo egwu obere ka anyị wee na-aga n'iru maka na tata bụ tata. Ndị Igbo afụla onwe ha n'anya, kama anyị ga-afụ onwe anyị n'anya wee jikọọ aka ọnụ wee mee ha anyị kwesịrị ime ka enweta nnwere onwe Biafra. Ọ bụ na enwere Biafra ọma amasị, o nwere onye ihe ọma na-asọ dị nsọ. Ihe ọbụla ị chọrọ ịzọ enweta Biafra, zọwa ya n'ala Biafra. Ịchọ ime anything chelu gbagodu mbọ ka enweta Biafra. Mgbe enweta Biafra ahụ, ịzọbazi ụzọ imebezi anything n'ala Biafra. Kama ị ga-agba mbọ ka Biafra nwere onwe ha, ikwechiri ị gaa na Anam tata, mmiri eliga Anam, mana onwere ya chọrọ ikwu okwu because onwere onye ọbụla dịzi focus nke m dere m. Onwerezi ịchọ ka nke ọha dịrị. Onwere ya chọ ka nke ọha dịrị. Ọ jogbuziri udene masị gbuo nkakwụ. Anyị rapụrụ ime the right thing, na-emezi. Anyị rapụzi ime omenala na-emezi omenelu. Emela anyị ife eme. Emela anyị eme. Emela anyị ife eme ka m na-ajụ. Kemgbe anyị ga-anọgide Africa asapa anya. Africa, a whole continent, awulu slave under people. Yet, onwere na-ekwu okwu. A full continent anọrọ under slave. full continent nọ under slave. O chugbulu denemasịgbu nkakwu na anyị na-egetu olu
Make my people whole.
Holy God can do it. And then we're back with an Biafra. You must continue. Only God. Enough get that. Enough get that. Enough give that. Only God can do it. Only God can do it. Ka anyị na-agakwa n'iru achọsị ka anyị nweta obere break obere nnọọ. Now ka anyị na-aga n'iru nnọọ maka na m na-ajụ ese ịpụta that is ine ihe niile na-aga aga nneme n'ala Igbo na ịjụ onwe gị ala Igbo nwere onye isi ọchịchị in the east now anyị enwere any leader there with the way things nche aga n'ala Igbo na enwere any single leader nọ n'ala Igbo. Anyị enweghị onye isi ọchịchị nọ n'ala Igbo because anyị nwee onye isi ọchịchị n'ala Igbo anyị ga-efu ili ọgwụgodo ofu onye ọpụta na-agba mbọ ka enwee ike nweta njikọta ndị Igbo niile ọnụ. Ọ bụrụ na enwere onye isi ọchịchị n'ala Igbo anyị ga-enwego onye ga-apụta sị mba na oge elugo mgbe a ga-eji wee ka arapụgodu na onye nka bụ onye nka na onye nka bụrụ onye nka ka anyị chịkọtagodu n'onwe anyị ọnụ. So ndị Igbo na-asọ nsọ ịchịkọta onwe ha ọnụ wee fesie ihe ha chọrọ ime. Ọ pụta na onweghị anything ihe ejikọtanwu ndị Igbo ọnụ. Obodo niile mba ụwa niile mgba gburugburu ndị Igbo jụrụ ya mana ha jikọtara onwe ha ọnụ ka ihe kọsụrụ ya anya ụfụ. Ifu okenye okenye anọlụ n'ụlọ ọfụ ka ụmụazị na-abụ na-anụ ọgụ kama oge esetụrụ ha na-abụ ọmụnyebe ọkụ ọkpanyebe ọkụ ọchọba ka ha mmadụ na-aba ga-ejigbo onwe ọ bụ alụla ana mpụ na aghụghọ na-aka ọsịa mpụ na aghụghọ na-aka ọsịa wee na-ajụ ọ pụta na ndị Igbo nwere ike unite onwe ha eziokwu na-agba ụka na ntị eziokwu na-agba ụka na ntị and anyị abịaghị ikwu eziokwu ahụ and n'eziokwu a ka anyị ga-anọgide anyị ga-akwụla ọtọ n'eziokwu so ịbụrụ nwa Biafra ịbụrụ nwa afọ Igbo enwee any position enye gị try ya utilize it well Obule, every given opportunity, you will be using it to marginalize your brother. You will be using it to intimidate your brother. You will be using it to buga. Other people are moving forward. We think we have sense. We think we make today, we consume a lot of things tomorrow. It will bring more harms to us tomorrow. The mistake we make today will not favor us. Before we can realize ourselves, it will be too late. The same mistake, dividing everywhere. Everybody want to stand on their own. Nobody want to listen. Nobody want to follow each other. Nobody want to do things the way it's supposed to be done. Are we not showing the world that we cannot stay? If we cannot prove to the world that we can unite ourselves, how can we stay? How can we stand? I am asking. We cannot stand. We cannot stand with the kind level of hatred and jealous in our midst today. We'll keep on pushing this message until Ndi will realize themselves and unite. If the day we will unite and speak with one voice, that day we will whatever we want to achieve. Division cannot give us anything. Divide, this division you are seeing cannot help us for anything. Rather, it will cause more harms to us. Other tribes are united, but we are not. We are not united, and it's killing us. It's causing more harms. So, if you are an Igbo man, you are a Biafra, try as possible to unite with your brother. Let us use one mind and move. From here, from me, is good evening. Good night, my people. God mercy and God